Welcome to season 3 of the Me in the Making podcast. Thank you all for coming back. Thank you for clicking on this link. If you didn't know what this video was, just thank you for joining me. And this is season 3 of the Me in the Making podcast, but it's the first season where we will be having video. And it's also the first season where you will be getting me solo for a decent amount of episodes. I want to be able to bring this show to you all on a weekly basis without taking any breaks. And sometimes it's difficult to have guests every single week if I want to have this go through yearly, basically. 52 episodes in a year is difficult to have guests on every time. But when we do, y'all are really going to love it. If you are new to the Me in the Making podcast, please go back to season 1 and season 2, anywhere you get your podcasts, and listen to those episodes. I had some really amazing guests on. They are a lot of my good friends, and also some people who I met along the way. And I just think they have such valuable information to share. And I would love it if you all got caught up. You also can hear me talking more about myself with guest and friend of the show, Takena, and we just had such a great time. So I would definitely encourage you to go back. But let me tell you who I am. I haven't even said who I am. My name is Melissa Clay, and I am host, producer, just almost everything on this show. This has been my baby, and I launched back in 2022. I've just been tinkering around with the show ever since. And thank you all for being along for the ride. For those who have been around then, but if you are new, welcome. I would love to see this show grow, and I'm just excited for what's next and what is to come. If you have listened to this show in the past, you have heard me kind of debating on if I want video, and this season I decided I do want video. And with that, I want to just be able to come on here. You all can see my face and see my expressions, etc. And also when I have guests, you'll be able to see that interaction, and we'll just have a really great time. And for the reason why I did decide to do video, I don't know if anyone out there, I'm sure some of y'all do, but maybe you choose a word for the year. And I've done this with some friends for the past couple years, and my word for this year is bold. So in 2025, I knew that I wanted to come back with my podcast, and I knew that I wanted to make some changes, and I decided that adding video would go along with my word bold, because I'm putting myself out there even more so, and also committing to dropping episodes weekly, and not necessarily having it be per season, but having it be just ongoing, basically. So please hold me to that. And for this season, I just see a lot of different cool things happening. You all getting to hear more about my life and about things from my perspective with these solo episodes. That will be named Me in the Making, but Melly in the Making with the LI in parentheses, because it'll be more focused on me. So anyway, this episode is to welcome you all in, to show that we're going to be on video. And I also wanted to kind of get into what's been going on in my life for the past year. I think the last episode I dropped in 2024 was in January. So it's been over a year since you all have heard from me on this platform. And I wanted to get into, some of my updates. But let me take a step back first and just say what this podcast is about. For those of you who don't know, Me in the Making, me, you, anyone who I'm talking to, maybe I meet them on the street, or I'm inviting them in to be a guest on the show, and I am talking to people, asking them basically about what has been the transformation in your life. Who did you think you were going to be as a child? Who are you now? And how did you become to be this person? Also, what else are you doing to continue to grow and become and continue to transform? Because we all know that if you're stagnant, if you're not growing, that sometimes can be a problem. And this show is about encouraging growth and encouraging um, introspection and just learning more about who you are so that you can show up better for yourself, you can show up better for those around you in your life, and you can understand more about the things that you need and what you're able to pour out to others. So that's kind of like the umbrella of this show, and then we can get into, some fun things, some serious things, etc. So yeah, this past year there have been a lot of things going on, which is one of the main reasons why I was not bringing you the show, because I had to focus on some other things. And thank you for allowing me to do that and that grace for me to focus on those things. And now I get to share some of those things with you all. One major thing that I did in the fall of 2024 was I did 75 hard. I have a friend, Brandy Nikhil, guest on the pod. Go back and listen to her episode. She brought 75 hard to my attention and some other friends um, in previous years, but I was not at a point in my life where I felt like I could dedicate time and energy to 75 hard. And basically 75 hard, I'll just give a nutshell of what it is that it is a lifestyle challenge for 75 days straight. You do all of these things without ceasing. Basically, there are no breaks throughout the year or throughout the 75 days. You have to continue to do all of these things in order to um, keep going. And if you don't, then you have to start over and go back to day one, and it basically resets the clock. So you have a lot of incentive to keep going, um, so that you don't have to start all over if you forget to do something or if you fail to abstain from something. So the things that you have to do for 75 days straight, you have to work out twice a day, each at least 45 minutes long. One of those workouts has to be outside. So you're working out twice a day, 90 minutes total, 45 minutes each. One of those has to be outside. Both of the workouts can be outside if you want, but at least one has to be outdoors. You need to drink a gallon of water every single day. You have to read 10 pages of a non-fictional, like self-help type of book every single day. You need to take a progress picture of yourself every day. And you need to set a diet that is going to help you towards your healthy eating goals. So, they don't say specifically which diet you have to follow, but you have to basically follow a diet. So I decided to not eat bread for the entire 75 days. Some people decide to not eat meat or specifically red meat. Some people want to be pescatarian for the 75 days. No carbs, maybe, go on Weight Watchers, things along those lines when it comes to picking your diet for the 75 days. And I feel like I'm missing one thing. Okay, so, no alcohol. You can't drink any alcohol for the 75 days. Um, I believe that's everything. No alcohol, drink a gallon of water, set a diet, take a progress picture, work out twice a day, and the last one just immediately escaped my mind. But I think I've said them all over the course of these few minutes. But so yeah, it's a lifestyle challenge. It's not only around food, it's not only around exercise, but it's really everything holistically to do with your mental, your physical, all of that. And my word for last year, for 2024, was discipline, because I had a lot of things that I needed to get accomplished, and I knew that I just needed to be able to focus in and complete those tasks. So I decided to have discipline be my word, because I knew that I needed to put my head down, and get to work. So when this opportunity presented itself to do 75 hard, I'm like, well, my word is discipline. So this is one of the most disciplined things that you can do, I feel like, outside of joining the military. So I was like, okay, well, I need to do it. Um, what was a really big help was the community around it. So my friend who had brought this opportunity to us, we also were in a group chat with it was 5 other women, and yeah, just every day we were texting, sending our progress pictures to each other, and staying on top of it. If we noticed, oh, so and so hasn't posted their picture yet, or typically we'll check in like how much water we've had throughout the day. We would kind of check in, and we might at the person like, hey, make sure you take your progress picture, make sure you finish your water, have you read your pages, just a lot of different things to make sure that we were checking in with each other. For accountability. Honestly, I don't think I would have been able to complete it if I did not have people checking in to make sure that I was actually doing the things that I needed to do. It was driving me to actually do those things ahead of time earlier in the day, because I didn't want to um, leave stuff till the end of the day, because I wanted to be able to make sure I could say, yes, I completed that. So if you ever want to venture and do 75 hard, I would recommend having an accountability partner. Maybe that person isn't able to do 75 hard with you, but at least you can have someone who can text, someone who's going to be expecting you to be checking in. They can check in on you and say, hey, did you do your outdoor workout today? Did you do your indoor workout? Or read those pages, or like, what did you eat today? Did you have your water? All of that might feel, or it might seem like it's going to be overbearing, but it's not. It is very necessary to stay on your P's and Q's for 75 hard. At least for me, it was. I'll just speak specifically for me. It was very key to have those people checking in on me and asking, um, are you doing these things that you said you are going to do? And the result was, I just felt much better in my body. I felt, sometimes I have issues with my knees, and this has been ever since I ran a half marathon in 2016 with training. And I trained on my own, and I didn't enlist any type of help when it came to actually, you know, making sure that I wasn't running my body into the ground. And ever since then, I have like a tweak in my right knee when I'm going upstairs or maybe running for a longer period of time. Um, and sometimes, if I'm not being as active, then that tweak will kind of come back more frequently. And it was something that I needed to do to get back to being active, because I was doing a lot of tasks, but I wasn't actually moving my body as much as I had been before. And honestly, it's necessary. I turned 40 in 2024, and it's something where I know that I need to move my body in order to keep um, mentally and just physically, like I need to be healthy enough. Like, I'm getting older and I need to be cognizant of what that is doing to my body, you know? So I was feeling much better in my body. I could walk upstairs without feeling out of breath. And I was able to, continue to be more active after the fact. I would say it helped me with the books that I was choosing to read. I was reading some dating and relationship books. But I also read this one book called The Book of Self Care, and I'm blanking on the author's name at the moment. I believe she's a woman. But the Book of Self Care was talking about breathing and meditation. And that's something that I want to bring into the year of 2025 when it comes to meditating and getting to a place where I feel calm, even when there's a lot of busyness and BS going around in my external, but that I'm able to focus in my mind and not have all that external noise cause me to be anxious or nervous about whatever is going on around me, but that I can focus in and just let those things like wash over me. So I want to get more into meditating. That was something that reading that book really encouraged me to think more about that, but also breathing, where I'm ashamed to admit this, but let's be honest. Let's be transparent. Um, Most of y'all might already know this. Maybe you don't, but I have been breathing for as long as I can consciously remember. I've been breathing just like in my chest, essentially. I have not been breathing in my diaphragm, like really using my diaphragm. And reading this book, she was pointing out those different points where it's better to breathe um, using your diaphragm versus like shallow breathing. So, shallow breathing is going to have you be, in your head, in your chest, and not actually getting a deep breath, which is going to bring more oxygen to your brain and is going to help you be able to process better and, get through your day better, essentially. So, that's something that I've been trying to practice more and more is that deep breathing. And like actually belly breathing. Like when you see infants sleeping, you see their bellies going up and down. That's how we should always be breathing versus like, I'm just going to breathe through here. And it's probably vanity. Like if I breathe using my diaphragm, um, then like my stomach is going up and down, but everyone wants a flat stomach or the appearances of it. But it's better for my brain if I'm breathing with my diaphragm. So yeah, that was like one thing that has really stuck with me after, going through this whole process. So, yeah, those are some of the things that I have been doing lately in 2024. I'm not working out twice a day like I was doing during 75 hard, but I am trying to be active at least 4 times a week, and it's difficult to do that in Chicago in the wintertime. Full transparency, there are weeks where I'm not being as active as I want, but it is a goal that I continue to have for myself. Just because maybe one week I'm not active, I'm not gonna pout and get frustrated. But it's like, okay, tomorrow is another day. Next week is another week. So, um, yeah, that's what's been going on with me so far. Oh well, not so far. This amount of time that I have allotted for myself to talk to you all about me in the making. And I've done 75 hard. I was really proud of myself, really proud of those other ladies who were in that group chat. And it just showed so much discipline. It demonstrated to me that I can do this. So, yeah, I encourage you all to strive for that thing that you might be thinking about, you might be hesitant about, but really, what do you have to lose? Even if I had started 75 hard and I wasn't able to accomplish doing everything for the 75 days straight, I know that I still started something, and I can always pick it back up again. So, yes, I can do hard things. You can also do hard things. And every day we are becoming. We're not stagnant. We are living in who we are, who we want to be, and enjoying the journey as it goes along. So, thank you so much for joining me for episode 1 of season 3 of the Me in the Making podcast. And I cannot wait to bring more of these to you. This has been another episode of the Me in the Making podcast. Please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Tell a friend, tell a family member. We all deserve to grow and change and become our best selves, whatever that might look like to you. And please connect on Instagram at Making Me Pod, on TikTok. You can email me at melly@makingmepod.com. I would love to hear from you. Let me know if you want to be a guest on the show. And yeah, I'm just having such a great time. I'm so happy to have been able to launch this video episode for you all, and come again. Bye.